Hello, everyone. It's that time of the week where I go over my top 10 college football games for the week. So let's get started. Number one games, obviously, number three, Michigan, 4.5 point favorites versus 10 Penn State. Noon game on Fox. Penn State, if they win out and Michigan beats Ohio State, still has a shot to win the Big Ten. However, I think beating Michigan will be unlikely. They got dominated by Ohio State, and Michigan's defense is just as good as Ohio State and a little better. Therefore, I feel the Nittany Lions offense will go back to struggling. Penn State's defense and the home crowd can definitely keep them in this game. They can only do that for so long, so I think Michigan gets the win. Their first big win of the season since they haven't played anyone that great up until now. I have them winning 27-16. Number two, you got 9 Ole Miss versus number 2 Georgia, 10.5 point favorites, 7 p.m. ESPN game. While the odds for the Ole Miss winning the SEC West don't look great right now because Alabama would have to lose to Kentucky, lose to Auburn in order for that to happen. They can still make a New Year's Six. If they win out, they can still make a New Year's Six bowl, which is great for them. They've only done that once in the past decade. Georgia had a good test against Missouri, and they got challenged last week. But in the fourth quarter, when it mattered most, they stepped up and won the game. I feel that will continue. They will continue to figure out ways to do that as they get another big win to make the argument that they should be ranked number one going into next week. I have Georgia winning 27-17. Number three, you got 18 Utah versus 5 Washington, 9.5 point favorites, 3:30 game Fox. Washington has just kind of just been surviving and advancing at this point. The Huskies better be careful here. I mean, Washington plays clean football; they will win this game. But if not, if they don't play clean football, then Utah is the type of team that can easily take advantage of those mistakes. Since Washington's defense has been bad the past few weeks, I feel Utah on offense can keep this game close. But when it comes down to crunch time, I feel Washington quarterback Michael Penix Jr. will step up and deliver to get the big win. I have Washington winning 37-31. Number four, you got 13 Tennessee, 2 point favorites versus 14 Missouri, 3:30 game CBS. These two teams are battling for second place in the SEC East. I think this game will be a shootout, and I think it'll come down to whoever has the ball last. I think Missouri at home will bounce back from the Georgia loss as they make a winning field goal to avoid losing back-to-back games. I have Missouri winning 34-31. Next, I got 5 USC versus no sorry game number 5. I got USC versus 6 Oregon, who are 15 point favorites. It's a 10:30 game on Fox, so it's a late one. It's obvious that USC's defense will not have a good game in this one, although firing their defense coordinator may actually help just a little bit. The question is, can USC quarterback and this high-powered Trojan offense keep up like they did against Washington last week? Or could this be like a Notre Dame game where they just get blown out in the trenches? I can see it going either way. But I think at home that Oregon gets the big win to remain alive in the Pac-12 race. I have them winning 49-34. Number 6, you got West Virginia versus 17 Oklahoma, 13 point favorites, 7 p.m. game Fox. Sooner fans are not feeling good after looking like they can make the playoffs and now losing 2 games in a row and having needing Texas to lose at some point just to make the Big 12 title game in their last year in the Big 12. The problem is Oklahoma keeps on turning the ball over. When they play in clean football, they win. Can they fix their mistakes is the question. Also, can they finally stop the run? Because the past 2 games, they haven't stopped a nosebleed. And West Virginia is a team that likes to run the ball, so they ain't a good recipe there. But being back at home, I feel like the Sooners will finally get back in the win column and avoid a longer losing streak. I have Oklahoma winning barely, 34-33. Number 6, you got Miami versus 4 Florida State, or 14-point favorites, 3-3 game ABC. A classic rivalry can usually produce good matchups no matter what the record is for each team. However, I will be surprised if Miami can keep this close. Florida State would have to make a bunch of mistakes to allow Miami to be in this game. The Hurricane offense has not looked good since early on in the season, and I doubt that gets fixed at this point in the season. So Seminoles remain undefeated. They win 28-13. Number 7, you got Rutgers versus 22 Iowa, 1 point favorites, 3:30 game Big Ten Network. Whoever likes defensive matchups will like this game. For Iowa, this is an important game for them. If they win, they remain in the lead and most likely to win the Big Ten West. I think the difference in this game is Rutgers just has a little more juice on offense, just a little more. And that enough, despite being on the road, can tip the scales in their favor. I have Rutgers winning 12-10. 8, you got Duke versus 24 North Carolina, 14.5 point favorites, AP Games AC Network. Another big rivalry game this week. North Carolina got right against an FCS opponent last week, but their defense has not been great recently. If Duke can get their star quarterback Leonard back 100%, then I think the Blue Devils get the upset outright. If he is out, which odds are that he still may be out, and then North Carolina gets win, but maybe closer than expected. I have UNC winning 23-17. Number 9, you got Florida versus 19 LSU, 14-point favorites. Florida fans should be worried. They have this game, then they're at Missouri, and then they host Florida State. So this is the game where they have to win if they want to feel really great about making the bowl game. I feel, especially since LSU star quarterback Jalen Daniels' concussion protocol, his status is up in the air, and the LSU defense is just not that good. I think Florida will control the game, but at Death Valley, I feel like LSU finds a way to sneak a win and put Florida's season in jeopardy. I have LSU upsetting Florida, not upsetting, but it may feel like an upset, 24-23. And then last but not least, you got 8 Alabama, 11-point favorites versus Kentucky, noon ESPN game. After having a big game against LSU, will Alabama come out sleepwalking and lay an egg against Kentucky? I think it could happen, but I don't think that'll be the case. And Kentucky's offense has just been so inconsistent this year. I doubt Alabama's defense will get torched in this game or anything like that. So I have Alabama winning 31-10. Thank you very much for listening to my podcast. Please subscribe to my channel and tell me about me. I've enjoyed all the football games this week. And again, reminder, college basketball started. NBA has that in-season tournament happening, and they have games going on as well, so make sure to tune into those stuff as well. Thank you very much. You have a wonderful day.